no reason, Patty. There's nothing to see.
That's true. Nothing green to look at. God, I hate living at the edge of the desert.
Yeah, but just think. Millions of years ago, all that land was underwater.
Well, at least it'd have been cool.
I like this land. Sometimes it's still too wild and hard for anyone. It's still too burnt and hot for anything to grow. Patty, look at that.
What is it?
Look at that cloud.
It's just a cloud.
Yeah, but look how it's throwing a shadow across the land. God, doesn't that shadow look peaceful? Doesn't it look cool? It reminds me of a cool dark hand sharpening a hot surface. Feels so hot and hollow inside. I've just been waiting for someone to come and touch me like that.
Elizabeth, what's the matter with you?
Nothing's the matter, Hattie.
You're doing it again, standing at the road. There ain't nothing out there but the highway and the road up to the house. Now what are you expecting to see?
Well, I was hoping to see a 1959 Pink Thunderbird convertible over that hill.
You got tears in your eyes. Don't tell me nothing's so wrong. What is it?
Boy's been gone 2 days.
Now, that son of a bitch. Here, sit yourself down. I'm gonna fix us another drink and you can tell me all about
I
it.
don't want another drink, Hattie.
Hush up. Hattie's here to take care of you now. I knew there was something wrong the minute I saw you. First, you didn't answer the doorbell. Then when I saw you, I knew there was something wrong. Here. Now, what about all this time?
I don't know. Things just haven't been the same since he got back.
From Vietnam?
Yeah?
I know. I've seen the change, but believe me, you've been perfect about it.
I haven't been anything. I haven't done anything. He's the one that went off for 2 years. He's the one that got shot up. He's the one that has nightmares.
Nightmares?
Yeah. Almost every night. Anyway, now he's back and he can't seem to get nothing started. He made me quit my job at the pharmacy. He's working some of it out of his dad's place, done some roughnecking out in the oil field. And he always goes and gets in fights and gets himself fired.
Well, what's he got to say about himself?
Says he's looking for something.
What?
He doesn't know what. Says everything's changed here in Maynard.
Nothing's changed in Maine since the Civil War.
I just want him back, like things used to be.
Elizabeth, he's always been wild and unmanageable.
I don't want to manage him. I don't want to break his spirit. That's why I married him. Your spirit. Boy Collar wasn't going to take no crap from nobody. Him and Lynn Wilder were going to rule the world.
Need I remind you? Wayne Wilder is currently serving 5 to 10 years for Cartho.
Boy's different than Lynn.
I wouldn't be too sure.
I just wish I knew he was safe, to be heard.
Or with another woman.
God, I hope that's all it is.
How can you say that?
Hattie, any man worthwhile is going to look at another woman. Sometimes they wander a bit. That's natural.
A bit? That man's done more wandering than Lewis and Clark.
You're exaggerating.
Last year he left for 5 days.
Yeah, and he had himself quite a time.
You mean he told you what he did?
Oh, sure.
Well, you never told me.
Nope.
I'm your best friend. You're supposed to tell me everything.
It was different then. Roy and I got in a fight and he left off in a drove off to El Paso, picked up some chick hitchhiking or something.
What was her name?
Hattie, how was I supposed to know? She was some hitchhiker.
Well, a tramp, probably. You don't hit the road slut. What'd she look like?
Blonde.
Little blonde slut. Probably never washed or anything.
Oh, and there was one other thing. She had a tattoo.
Tattoo on her arm?
Not exactly her arm.
Where?
On her behind.
Oh no. How disgusting. Well, what did it say?
Born to be wild.
Oh, Lord.
But then he drove off down to El Paso, won $100 in a poker tournament, and came on home.
Friend your dad?
Yeah.
Did you want to shoot him?
Yeah.
I would.
I thought it was what he needed to get something out of his system. Seemed to work for a little bit.
You know, half the trouble is that car of his.
What do you mean?
He gets behind the wheel of that thing and thinks he's the best horse in this town.
He sure is.
Yeah.
You know the girls in high school today? I see him in town, look at him the way we used to.
I never looked at him that way.
How do you still do?
I tell you, it's that car of his. He gets behind the wheel of that thing and thinks he's young and free again. Somebody ought to take that car away from him.
I remember the first day he drove into town with that car.
So do I.
He had worked 3 years, summers and winters, for the down payment.
I only slightly used.
Him and Wayne drove right through the center of town.
Looking like a couple soldiers.
God, it was bright pink.
He glistened like cinnamon.
I remember I was coming out of the drugstore one day with an ice cream cone.
What flavor?
Vanilla. And the sun was hitting the hood of the car. I couldn't even see the damn thing. Then it rolled right into a shadow and I saw it for the first time. It was beautiful. And Roy didn't even know me then, but he waved. And I dropped my ice cream cone right on the pavement. But I knew it. He was the one.
Yeah, all through high school we double dated.
Remember driving, Taddy?
I sure do. More like wrestling matches.
One couple would get one car one night.
The other than that.
And then we drive around and go make out.
God, me and Wayne didn't even drive around.
God, I want them back. I wish tonight was 10 years ago and Roy was coming to pick me up in that pink Thunderbird. I wish I could buy back some of the nights of summer I had in that car. And everything was cool and free, driving along the highway away from this stupid town. The wind coming at you and the stars all the way to the horizon. The diamonds all the way to the dawn. And driving off the road somewhere by a lake, maybe anywhere. Just being off from town. Boy, you love more than anything in your whole life. I remember us making love for the first time. Slow and gentle. See, gentle then. He taught me my body. I never really knew my body before Roy. And suddenly it was like every pore in my skin was just opening like a brainstorm. Just feeling, holding everything you possibly want right there in your arms. When I wouldn't give to have some of those nights again, in that backseat of the Thunderbirds with all the beds in the world.
You know, took a lot of girls out in that car.
We were different.
Were we? Look how he's treating you now. Getting all romantic and sentimental. I was like that once. Let a man walk all over me.
What'd you do?
I wrote a poem.
You?
Yep. Worst afternoon of my life. That's what happens when you get all romantic and sentimental. You write poems just like old Emily
Dickinson?
Yep, that's the one. Poor old gal. Miserable old maid. Died alone and all was left was a drawer full of poems.
What was your poem about, Hattie?
Poems about Wayne Wilder. He was a mean man, and he was a mean poem. After high school graduation, you and Roy were getting married, and Wayne told me he was just jilting me. Hit me like a ton of bricks. So, I went out behind the girls' gym, cried, and wrote a poem. I still remember it. Oh, Wayne, you don't know, I loved you so well. You son of a bitch. I hope you know something. Not much of a poem, but I had to get practical like Hattie's always had to be. So I went back out where everyone was in their cap and gowns, and that's when I saw Vernon Dillon. He was just standing there, fiddling in some little car. I knew he liked me, so I got him to take me out. Then I got him to propose, and within a month, we were married. Poor Vern, never knew of him.
Hattie, why are you telling me this?
Roy's just like Wayne. He's never gonna change.
Maybe not.
I know you. I know you need a family, and I know you need a marriage. Am I right?
Yes.
Then wake up. You can't leave the important things like a marriage and a family behind. If you left it up to this men folk, they'll just stick to their football, stick to their fishing and their Thunderbirds, and be boys forever. Now, if Roy changes, that's one thing. If not, well, you've got to make that decision.
Maybe that decision's already been made for me.
What do you mean?
Nothing, Hattie. Forget I said anything.
Don't tell me it's nothing. You pregnant, aren't you?
about it. It comes at the worst possible time.
Wrong, it comes at the best possible time. This might make the thing make Roy straight up and fly straight.
And if it doesn't,
Well, to hell with him.
I guess you're right.
Oh, Elizabeth, let me give you a hug. It's the smartest thing you've ever done.
What do you mean?
Getting pregnant, of course.
Hattie, I didn't get myself pregnant on purpose.
You sure?
Yeah. Yes, I'm sure. I don't know if Roy can handle this right now. He doesn't know what he's doing himself for.
Well, that's not your problem.
It's every bit my problem. It couldn't be any more my problem.
Sorry, I didn't mean to make you all
Yeah,
upset.
I know,
Just saying.
Hattie. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Oh, well, sure. Mind if I use your phone?
Yeah, go ahead.
Figured I'd check in them kids and see what devilment they got themselves into. You know, everything will be fine. You'll see.